Howdy folks, it's Earl here and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and today we are going to do it. We're going to complete the World Traveler Achievement. That's right, land at 500 different airports, 99% complete. That means we have 5 or fewer airports to land at to complete this achievement. I did a tutorial a few weeks back, I guess it is already, about what type of landing is required to get this. Is actually very easy, and if you do a little lame flying, you can actually get this done rather quickly, not without cheating, but 10 hours of time. I guess that's not quick. In Flight Simulator, 10 hours is pretty quick. So we're going to finish this today. I'm going to show you some shortcuts you can take if you want, or you can take it seriously. That's up to you, but I'm going to show you again what's needed, what type of landing they're talking about, because this will not naturally accumulate, and I'll explain why. But first, let's get on a runway, and I'll talk about all that stuff. So let's choose a part of the world where I haven't been yet. I like taking clouds off when I'm just using basic things here. For a lot of these, I did pretty much every airport in Iceland, every airport in Ireland. I did every airport in New Zealand. I did every airport in Antarctica, the 2 of them, and I did every airport in Latin America. So for our final 5 or so, let's end up, I don't know, let's just randomly choose stuff. I gotta be careful because I actually have flown a lot of these airports in the United States. Let's do this. Okay, let's do this once I can show you a shortcut you can use. We're just going to start on the runway. We're not going to do start up and everything. We're not going to worry about that. Let's make it a little early in the day. I'm going to show you a little shortcut you can use if you want to. Now you'll see what I mean. Alright, so we're going to start on the runway. Don't need ATC. As if you remember from my tutorial, you don't need to park. You don't need to turn the airplane off. You don't need to taxi. You don't need ATC. But I'm going to show you something where this is kind of lame, but this works. Except it's hard in really big airports. We're going to start. We're going to rev up the engine, let go. And we're actually going to fly the runway and land on the other end. And 99% of the time, it takes it as a landing. Sometimes on really big runways, if you don't land exactly in the right spot, it won't count it. And I'll tell you what I mean, and I'm going to add a little more than I said in the tutorial. But what you need to do to get these landings to count is you need to land on a runway where you've never landed, get below 20 knots while remaining on the runway, and then you'll see the save icon come up in the lower right corner. Not all airports register though, so sometimes you just gotta keep trying. And you do have to stay on the runway. So I know some people might say, well, you're going to get down below 20 knots anyway before you start to taxi, but not always. Sometimes there's a high speed turn off, right? Sometimes in like a tail dragger or something like this, you can just zip around and turn onto the taxiway above that speed. And other times, like we've seen, if you land an unrealistic wind, I'm still on flying by the way, unrealistic wind, you get blown off before that speed. So you really do have to work for this a certain way. So we're going to slow down to 20 knots and see if it registers. Look for that icon in the lower right corner, and there it is. So that runway counts. Oh, that landing, boom, we're done. Then you do that 499 more times. Now, of course, during normal flights now we would taxi and things, but the reason why you have to work for this achievement is because of those reasons I said. We didn't have to slow down this much to get off this runway at this particular airport, for example, so that landing wouldn't have counted for us, because you have to be on the runway down to 20 knots in order for this to count. So if we just zipped off to the left, to get towards over here to taxi, then not that one, that's too small, but a bigger one back there, this landing wouldn't have counted for us. So that's what I mean by you have to like intentionally do this achievement. Some of the other ones, like the hours, that's just going to happen over time. You just more time you spend, the sooner you get those achievements. But this one you kind of have to work for, because not every landing is going to count. So there's one. Let's keep going. At most we need 4 more for the achievement to pop. Maybe we need fewer than that. So let's go back and pick another one now. Like I said, you don't have to even park or turn it off. Let's go to the main menu. Alright, go back to the world map and let's pick, I don't know, let's pick this one. What's this? Alrighty, here we go. Again, engines are running just because. Now this runway probably is long enough just to save time. Let's just take off and land on the same runway. Again, super lame, and most people aren't going to do it that way. It's just to save time so we don't have like a 45-minute video, we're just going to do this. I mean, we could fly a circuit 5 times, but we'd have, you know, a longer video. So let's just take off and land on this one. And then if we get to some smaller airports, we'll do an actual circuit. Here we go. Let's do some zigzag stuff just because we can. Alright, let's kill the engines. I have full flaps out so we can go nice and slow. Not kill the engines, I kill the throttle. Come back and land, and let's see if it accepts us. I don't ever think I've landed at this airport before. Let's see if that counts. Look for the save icon. And there it is. There we go. Alright, we need at most 3 more, so let's find another airport. Let's find one where we have to do a circuit. Alright, are any of these smaller, like some grass or dirt ones? No, these are... Why are there so many big airports here? Okay, a lot of grass here. Let's do this one. I do have live weather turned on, by the way. I don't think it should be on the barometer. Why is it doing this? There we go. I do have live weather turned on. I assume everything is accurate. And what? Why did my stuff quit? Hang on, stay running. My throttles are forward. Anyway, we're gonna do a circuit just because we can, and then we'll use our heading bug to know where we are. This is long enough we could do the lane thing where we take off and land, but I'm not worried about saving time on all 5 of these. In fact, it started at 99% for the achievement, so any of these runways now could be our last one that we need. Let's do a second set of flaps so we can get off this. Oh, this wind. Whoa. Okay, that is some crosswind. Okay. Wow. Let's do one set of flaps here so we can get our power back. There we go. Let's do a little circuit. Looks like we're in the nowhere Midwest here. Why am I having a hard time getting power? How many flaps do we have down? No, that's what we want. We're kind of slow. What the heck? There we go. Flaps in now. Alright, we should be parallel to the runway, but we're really low because I couldn't get up. Okay, so there's our runway there. Hopefully we can spot it. It looks like all the other grass around here. So, okay, so there's going to be some buildings in that chunk of trees, some buildings at the end of the runway, so that we can keep track. Well, let's stay parallel to the runway, looking at the heading bug. Alright, there we go. Let's come back in now for a really short final. We got all flaps in. Yeah, let's do first set of flaps. Ooh. Whoa, do you see that gust of wind? This is going to be a windy landing. We'll figure it out though. We better... Okay, there's runway there. Right there after those buildings. I think it's... I don't know what side is the runway. Maybe the patch in the middle here? Interesting choice here, turtle. Alright, well, we're just going to come down. We're going to slip it a lot because of the crosswind. Okay, left rudder, right wing down. Here we go. Plus plant this thing down. Not that hard. That was a terrible landing. But that wind was really difficult to navigate. Again, I know it looks smooth to you, or smoothish, but that was actually quite difficult. Alright, that one landed. No achievement yet, so let's do some more until it does. Until it pops. Let's find another one. Alright, let's get out of here and go somewhere else. Let's see. Oh man, have we landed here in the sim yet? A Mackinac? I would like to, but if we already landed there, it's going to be a waste because it won't do the save icon. Let's, I haven't landed up here. What do we got up here? What's this? Alright, let's go to this one. Alright, set the barometer and move the heading bug so we know the direction of our runway, because we will do a circuit for this. Because if this is the last one we need and we just do takeoff and land up and down without doing a circuit, that'd be super lame, wouldn't it? If we finish this huge achievement by doing a lame takeoff and landing. So we're going to do a circuit. Let's get some speed here. Turn up my volume so I can hear what's going on. Oh, interesting. So I've been doing quite a few of these, obviously, because there's 500, and my real world weather has actually been staying with me flight to flight. But it looks like now that I'm recording it's not. Because you know how there's that bug, I still say there's a weather bug, where real world weather doesn't always load each flight. Asriel said there's no problem, they can't replicate it. Other people say there's no problem. But I don't know. Unless there happens to be no wind at all here and the barometer is perfect. I mean, maybe it's perfect weather, it's real weather, but I don't know. But before, when I was like in New Zealand and Ireland, the rainstorms were following me around. It was awesome. It actually worked, flight to flight. But in the Midwest, for some reason, in the United States, it seems to be, it's not the case. I don't know. I'm recording this before World Update 5, so maybe in World Update 5 there's something. I don't know, but this is a little commentary I have. That's why I still normally restart the simulator between flights, just so it's fresh. But I don't know, maybe there happens to be perfect weather just off Lake Superior. I really doubt it. Alright, let's do a sharp U-turn. And where's our runway? We're pretty high, but there it is. Right off the highway. Alright, so here we go. This could be the final landing we need, or it could be the penultimate, depending. Because with 99%, there's five landings in there, and I don't know which one I was on, other than it said 99%. So let's see. This could be it, folks. This could be the last one we need for the World Traveler Achievement. 500 different airports. This was a lot of work off camera, I'll admit. Like I said, 10, 13 hours, something like that. Alright, here we go. Is this going to count? Please. Alright, it counts now. Is this the last one? I have heard, and this has happened to me too, that sometimes it takes a couple days for the achievement to pop. Like it'll say 100% and you don't get the achievement, but then you load the sim like 3 days later and you get the achievement. And you get it over and over and over, I've heard too. Anyway, didn't pop there. Let's do one more, and if it doesn't pop, we'll look at our percentage. And we'll go from there. Let's check this out. Alright, so for our last one, it'd be fun to do a home airport, but I've already landed at all of my home airports. At least I'm pretty sure I have. Maybe I haven't landed the way they want me to. Let's see, what is, we have a bit of try. I'm overthinking this. All I need to do is just zoom in and randomly land at an airport. And I'm overthinking all of this. Gosh. We've done a lot of US. Where should we go for our last one? Why am I thinking so hard? We've done a lot of these. I'm just going to close my eyes and zoom in on something. Okay, where are we? Middle of the ocean. Okay, that's not going to work. Here we go. Actually, we've landed. We've landed here for something. Here we go. Lea County Regional Airport, wherever this is. Let's fly this one. Alright, this should be it. Because there's nothing to look at, I just kind of did a preview with the drone. There's nothing to look at here, so we are literally just going to lift off and land. Try to, like I said, at the big, huge airport. This isn't a big, huge, but at the bigger airports, sometimes the landings don't save. You don't get the icon at all, especially the biggest ones. It's like you have to land in a certain spot too, but on the smaller airports, it's never an issue. But on these bigger ones, finding that spot where it counts your landing is very strange. It's very different. So let's just come down here and see if this is the big 500. I mean, it needs to be, because 99% we've done 5 on camera, so this will be 100% if it counts it, or if it pops an achievement or not, as long as we get that save icon. Do we get the save icon? There is 30 knots, 25, 20 knots, and there it is. The achievement's gonna pop. Is the achievement gonna pop? Not popping. There it is, and I lost my screen because of the HDR bug with achievements in Windows, which everybody gets, I found out, not just me. And now my screen is coming back, and I lost it, and now my screen is back. There we go. Alrighty, let's check the logbook. I want to show you something kind of funny. First, there's our achievement, 100%. So the only achievements we have left now are the 500 and 1,000 hours, which you just, I mean, there's no, okay, you can screw with your Windows clock, and you can get these. Somebody said, I'm never gonna, that's more lame than the landings we just did. So I'm not gonna mess with that. So these two, other than really like literally cheating, there's no way to like work towards these other than just flying. So these are the only two we have left, and you just need to fly more. That being said, you all know I have like over 500 hours at least, because for the OG people who've had the simulator since the beginning, like I have, there were lots and lots and lots and lots of hours that weren't counted. I think they're all counted now, even if you don't park and shut down and everything and get the logbook pop up. I think if you're wheels up for an hour and you wheels down, you will get an hour no matter what. That's my understanding. In fact, I got several hours here just doing my landings that we did, you know, for without shutting down for this. So I think it's working now, but we all know I have well over 500, if not 1,000. It just didn't count because us OGs, it wasn't counting our hours. So that'll happen when it happens. I'm never going to even look at that again until it's done, and I'll show you guys. Otherwise, that's it for the achievements. Can you believe it? Wow. Alrighty. Let's see here. Oh yeah, the logbook. So look at the landings. 287 plus 15. Because day and night, that is not 500. Because see, the landings, when I did my 500 landings, you can see how the landings don't count in the logbook because we didn't park where they wanted us to. We didn't shut down the way they wanted us to. So those don't count in the logbook. But it counted for the achievement. It's screwed up. As Burl says, the logbook is not broken. It works the way they designed it to work, which I kind of get it, right? You park in the right spot and shut down, and that's a flight. Okay, I get that. However, it's a little too picky, because if you don't park where they want you to and shut down the way they want you to, it's not going to count. So it is, in my perspective, is the end user, it's broken. Even though, as Brill said, it works the way it's supposed to. And I understand where they're coming from as the programmers, but they need to understand where the end user's coming from too. When I land, it should count. It's a flight sim, right? As soon as those wheels touch down, it's a landing. I get, yeah, and if you take off and do not touch and goes, but I guess, okay, so I give them the go down to 20 knots, like for the World Traveler achievement. That way it's not a touch and go. Fine. Okay, let's say it this way. If it counts as one of the 500 for the World Traveler, it should definitely count in the logbook. Who cares if you park in the right spot? Because some of us want to park at our favorite hangars if we know the airport, and we want that to count in the logbook, right? Even if the sim says, oh, we want you to park over here. So if it counts for World Traveler, it should count in the logbook. That's, until that happens, I want to say it's broken, but I'm a nobody. Microsoft, Asbro, and Flight Sim, they don't even know I exist other than I attend the Twitch streams when they do their live, whatever, the questioning stuff. But other than that, they don't know I exist. Who am I? But that's my opinion that nobody asked for, right? So that should be it. If it counts for the World Traveler, fine, it should count in the logbook. Until then, it's broken. Alrighty? So anyway, there you go. I landed at 500 airports, did the final 5 with you, got the achievement, showed you a few shortcuts. You could say it's cheating or not, whatever, but there's some shortcuts. We did some circuits. I already did a tutorial on the criteria, although I repeated it here. And that's it. The video is already twice as long as I thought it was going to be. And simple enough. I'll see you next time.